Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply Fun. So you all can understand, we're smoking the Turrent Reserva de la Casa, but
this
our reserve
is a month of the Turrent, by the way.
And I just Turrent. Yeah, Turrent. Anyways, we're going to be trying out and sampling
the Puro Corojo, the triple play, the Reserva de la Casa, and the Classico.
I wanted to say the triple play is what we're doing today, and I just wanted to say for you guys out there, I will be getting a bigger size than the 4x60 next time.
But we'll get to that.
That'll be next month.
Let's end with that. Okay. Anyways, getting to the triple play itself, what we had was the little 4x60 Torpedo. Now, sorry about that. One thing I don't like about the 4x6, well, we'll get to the shape at the end of this. Off the wrapper, there wasn't not much of a scent. It was a nice dark Maduro wrapper, only to be expected from a triple Maduro. Sorry, dog's hearing a fire alarm going off.
Some guy burnt some toast, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I could have burnt my... Yeah, never mind. Anyways, for me, the first puff of this was just a little bitter. But that's about all the bitterness there was. I think it's because of the extreme flavors that are somewhat in this. And I shouldn't say extreme, because it's not really all that extreme. It's just very strong... first initial puff of like leather that's just very bitter on the lips. Your first puff, your scent and all that.
My first smells was chocolate, earth, cedar, and hay, followed by the initial light up was chocolate and smoked stumps.
Oh yes,
followed by chocolate, smoked stumps, and smoked cedar chips.
The only thing
I picked it all up.
Oh, so you did your first third too.
Sorry. The initial was chocolate smoked stumps.
Now, the smoked stumps thing. I think it's Rita's way of attempting to be a little cutesy with her, it smells or tastes like wood. I don't know what else you would be calling a stump.
Let's just say when you go into forest that's been burnt down and you smell... and you can actually taste the burnt wood.
I don't know. I've never been into a burnt forest fire.
I have. It tastes just like that, and that's what it tastes like. But the cigar smoked really great.
Anyways, my first third of this, I was going to say that it was nice and rich with earthy tree barks, kind of woodsy with leather in it. It was a very nice mellowing flavor of... Oh, I shouldn't say mellowing, but kind of a melting pot, you should say, of flavors that just kind of very well married together. For the second third, I was picking up chocolate and earth with some coffee hints. And one thing I noticed about this, at least with the Torpedo, is that the Torpedo here down at the end, the smoke just kind of barreled right through and was really sharp on the tongue. Kind of very concentrated right on the tip of the tongue. And one thing I will say by the second third, that the triple play 4x60 had a very hard time burning evenly, which I don't like because it makes me feel like I'm wasting so much cigar.
Okay, so again, my first third was chocolate smoked stumps, smoked cedar chips, smoked hickory chips. Now my second 2/3 was same as number one, which was, as I said, chocolate smoked stumps, smoked cedar chips, smoked hickory chips with a hint of pepper and a smooth creaminess of butteriness with honey. I was picking up that honey on it.
Now, for the final third, I was getting mostly earth, leather, and some notes of pepper. And it was still very pleasing. It has a tendency also to heat up in the final third to the point that you really need to let it sit down and rest for a bit or you'll start burning your fingers.
The thing I was going to say for my first third, or 3/3, you know, the final third, is the thing changed over to smoked walnuts and smoked hickory smoked almonds. But I also wanted to say in my report, since I'm trying to do a better in-depth job of it, is it gave a lot of smoke. The ash was thick gray ash, and it was a mild to medium smoke.
Now, I never actually commented on the flavor, but I'd say it was mostly medium bodied throughout. For a triple Maduro, it was not too heavy. I know there's some people out there who seem to think that if it's Maduro, it's full bodied. It's not really necessarily true.
I would like to say for the viewers, a lot of people say, just like he said, if it's a Maduro, it's full bodied. Let me just say that people say, oh, if it's a Habano leaf, it's full bodied. I've smoked a lot of Habanos that are mild. The only one that can compete that is full bodied was the Romeo and Juliet Anniversario, which is $241 a box. Now
So,
that's my all-time favorite cigar.
Get into the time for this, and given the fact that it's only a 4x60 Torpedo, it was taking between 45 minutes and 1 hour to smoke. The one that I actually did the review on took exactly 1 hour. I put it down at 8:34 and started it at 7:34. Coincidental? No, it's just about a 45 minute to hour smoking. It's an hour if you nurse it. It's probably half an hour to 45 if you smoke fast.
Let me put it to you this way. When I smoke other nubs by Oliva, they smoke, or Obsidian, Obsidians, or Diesel Shorties, hold on. They smoke for me about 2.5 hours, but this thing was a short smoke.
Those also are not Torpedoes, and every Torpedo we've had is much shorter smoke. It doesn't last nearly as long.
Yes, but just for the record, since Aaron knows this, nubs do sell it in the 4x64 Torpedoes.
And I have yet to actually try a Torpedo nub. So it could also be a shorter smoke. Sorry about our neighbor's bad car. Now, I'm going to end up saying, did they pull out already? Anyways, I would only give this an 82 for the 4x60 Torpedo, due to the fact that it is so short. You do have to nurse it. I really couldn't smoke this and enjoy it because I wanted to try to make it last longer. So I really want to try the 6x60 Gigante and reevaluate this at that point. But for if you're looking at getting a little shorty, just remember it's going to be a very short burn. This actually was on par with the Don Lino Torpedo Maduro in length, or with the Romeo Juliet Bellicoso, which actually was really upsetting to me for how short it was with how much I paid for it.
Yeah, it was like 3.7 by 60.
And the average time for those was like 37 minutes.
We called them the laundry smokes, and they came in a nice red cherry wood
the box was awesome.
And you only got 10 of them, right? Or
10 of
20?
each.
Oh.
You got 10 of the original or classic, and you got 10 of the Maduro. Natural, I guess is what you call it. I always say Connecticut, but it's natural or Maduro, usually. So, anyways, that's all I can say about this. I'm going to reevaluate it with a different size.
I'm planning, just so you know, look for next month's secondary review on this, because I'm planning to get it in another
Watch
size.
your elbows.
In another side, because, as he said, they're $50 a box and they're closing them out.
What I noticed by the flavors in this, though, is the flavors were really very enjoyable. The only problem I noticed was that it just was too quick, and I didn't feel like I could get into the smoke until it was gone. And then I found myself like, I couldn't even enjoy that. I wanted to get going on it, and, so yeah, it's just you can never actually get into a pace and enjoy this one because of how short it is.
That's why we're going to reevaluate it. I do want to say to you all that I give it an 80 right now until I reevaluate it. But Aaron also didn't talk about two things, which was the price point, $50 for 21, and two is that this cigar was rated on Cigar Aficionado as a 93, but they're closing them out at Holt's and
Yeah.
Cigar Internet.
I never got to finish my thought, but I would actually say that if I puffed this like I do any other cigar, and I wasn't sitting there trying to nurse it and focusing on not smoking it too fast, I may have enjoyed this far bit more, but it probably would have only been a half-hour smoke then. And I don't want a half-hour smoke. I can't afford to have smokes that are half an hour unless I'm in a hurry. And so I really tried to nurse them. So anyways, that's all I got to say.
Please look for an updated video next month on this. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless me. May God bless you. And smoke them if you got them.